wiring a GFCI receptacle, a ground fault circuit interrupt receptacle. Basic receptacle. Has the neutral terminals, hot terminals, ground terminals. Has a test reset button that you push that won't work unless you're under power. You push it to test, it clicks and pops and stops the power. Then you hit the reset side and it lights the power back up. This one happens to have a light when the power's working. That little light will be green. On this side are our hot screws, they are bronze. And on the other side are our neutral screws, and they are silver. The ground screw on this is green and on the bottom. For wiring this receptacle, we're going to use our power that comes in, our supply line coming in that I've wrapped with black electrical tape. We're going to have a power line that goes out that will go to 2 more standard duplex receptacles, because that's how many you can wire in this circuit. If you noticed, I have cut and stripped, but I have not bent. The only thing that will get bent on this is the one ground wire we hook to the bottom ground screw. You will see they hook up differently. When you grab a GFCI, you're going to have to look at it and flip it over on the back. It's got lots of writing on it. It's going to tell you where the hot wire goes and where the neutral wire goes and where the ground wire goes, how far to strip it. But it also has a note here, and it says line. Under this yellow tape, they all come with a cover on 2 of the terminals, 2 of the screws, it says load. And as you can see on the back of this receptacle, they're both facing in the same direction. But when I flip them over, line is on top here, line is on bottom here. These actually wire up separately. So the power that's coming in on the line, the black wire, has to go to where it says line. And then any other power going out of this receptacle to other fixtures has to go out under the part that says load. If you don't do it in this way, it will not work properly. The circuit breaker internally will not work. These are a little easier to wire. If you look on the sides where the screws are, they actually have little clamps that'll hold lines in place. So we're going to start with our power coming in. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to push it behind the little space there. Hold it in place. You can see it poking out. There's no bending, and then just tighten it down. And it's got a little jaw. What it does is actually physically, as you tighten the screw, it gets closer and closer and closer to the side and clamps the wire up under it. Go to the neutral side. Sometimes you have to flip them over so they hang down so you can get under them. You see that it's under it and poking down. Tighten my neutral side. Tighten it pretty well because you don't want it to work loose. Because when you have a loose wire, what does it create? It creates an arc or a spark. When you have a whole lot of spark, what do you have? The next thing you get is heat. When you get a whole lot of heat, what's the next thing you get? A fire. And when you have a fire, what happens? Your baby sister burns up. So we're ready. This is the power coming in where it says line. Now we're going to do the power going out to another receptacle. Going to remove the security tape if it's a brand new one. We're going to go to that next side. Work our hot wire. I actually have to loosen it on the brand new one. Let it hang down. Poke it up under and hold it in place. Tighten down our hot side. Push the ground wire out of the way. Loosen the neutral side. Shake it. Push the neutral wire up under it. Tighten it in place. We're going to bring our 2 ground wires together like we did on the other recepts and light switches. Twist them together. Normally I would cut the little tag in out of the way, but for now I'm just bending it. I'm going to take my pair of needle nose pliers, give it a bend. Actually, on this one, it works just like the rest of them. Most GFCIs, you actually do a regular bend. This one has the same little metal piece that will fold out of the way, and all you have to do is poke it up under it. And tighten my ground screw. Alright. We have completed our circuit. Probably the best side. We have our supply line coming in that I've taped up black so you can see. You can follow it to the hot wire here. We have the hot wire here going out, which can go to at least 2 more duplexes in a series, and they're wired like they normally are. We have our neutral wire coming in on our supply side attached to the neutral side that says line, and on the load end it attaches a neutral wire going out. Our 2 grounds are screwed together and placed under the ground screw. That completes the wiring of a GFCI receptacle. So now what I want you to do is to practice it. Find a GFCI receptacle. Make sure you show me that the supply coming in is going to the line side, and then the power going out to the other receptacles is coming out of the load side. Highlight those for me. Show me that all your screws are tight and the wires are tight up under it and nothing is loose. Then upload that video back into Google Classroom.